Hey everybody, welcome to the Instagram Quilt Fest for 2023, day 2. I wanted to show you my first quilt. Now this is what you would call a whole cloth quilt, and I didn't realize, I'll be very honest, that I was making a quilt at the time, and I'll show you why in a second. But first, just for the fun of it, I'd love to show you the back of this thing in all of its wonky glory. I mean, check out some of the wrinkles and the puckers, and there were so many things I learned on this. So I made this guy when I was in college. I had a summer job in the help desk for the computer labs, and it was a cross-stitch kit that I bought at, Frank's or Michael's or something. And I bought it because it was adorable and it had kittens on it, and I had lots of time on my hands while I sat still in a desk waiting for people to ask me questions. Anyway, so yeah, it is first you did all the cross stitch and then you were supposed to hand quilt the thing. And I had never done that before either. So I, learned so many things. The batting in this is the fat, thick polyester batting even. It was like super hard to do. Things are wrinkly. I didn't own a walking foot at the time for my sewing machine. So I learned after this quilt that I really needed a walking foot. I had put bias binding on sewing projects, but never on a quilt, so, not awesome there either. However, I think when you stand back and look at it, it's still super darn cute, right? Anyway, so my first pieced quilt I didn't make until several years later once a friend started having babies, and I've got a bonus first quilt for you. Although this is technically, I guess, my third quilt, because my second quilt, which was a pieced quilt, was a gift for a friend who was having a baby. A few months after that, I had my first child, and I made her a baby blanket of just very simple squares. The fabric was all from Hancock's, I believe, at the time. I don't think there was a Joann's anywhere near where I lived, so I think it was all Hancock fabrics back then. Anyway, I think this one actually turned out pretty good. Definitely was better than my first piece quilt that I made for the friend, which was adorable, as long as you didn't look too close to a lot of things. But yeah, I got a little better at the binding by then, but still not perfect. But it's cute, and I still have some scraps of this silly backing someplace in my stash. Just a few pieces that I probably will never use. Anyway, I look forward to seeing everybody else's first quilts. Happy Thursday.